ನೀವು accept Can you hear me? Anyone on YouTube, can you just comment on audio? Or anyone on Google Meet, can you comment on audio quickly?
Audio is fine, sir.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Again,
it's fine.
Yes. Wait a second. I think some more people are joining. Yeah, you are free to ask any question. There is no time limit. Before that, let me introduce Madhav. Yeah. Let me introduce Madhav Bhat. Wait a second. All of you keep your video and audio off. Enable your audio whenever you wish to speak, okay? So that others can watch this session with very less data transfer. Keep your audio and video off. Whenever you wish to speak, just switch on your enable your audio and then disable, okay? Yeah, we shall start here. I hope most of you already know that Madhav Bhat again beside me. Amar, can you switch off your audio? Amar, can you hear me? If your audio is not working fine, you can just put your doubt in live chat, okay? I mean, if your audio is not working fine, Amar, can you hear me? Yeah. Either okay? I hope we shall start. Madhav Bhat, I think he was a student from first batch. Okay, again, if I say he's a kind of co-founder of our coaching class, it would not be. It's a best word actually, because
Hello.
he helped. Yes, Amar, keep your audio off. Whenever you wish to speak, then switch on your audio. Okay. Or let it be. There is no noise here. Let it be. Okay. If you have any problem, let it be. Yeah. And again, if I want to introduce Madhav, I think he's just like you. Again, he's graduated from very ordinary college and state university. But again, his interest and not only interest. Again, I'm not getting words actually. He will give the justice whenever he takes some topic or some work. He will try to give the justice to that one. Again, that attitude so took him so to this level actually. Again, he need to achieve much more, obviously. Now he's I think when you got graduated from KUD, I mean MSc
in 2016.
In 2016.
Yes.
Again, before that, where you have done your BSc?
BSc from Hubli,
Hubli.
yes, under the Karnataka University, Dharwad.
Okay, again, college under Karnataka University.
Yes.
Again, your schooling was done at your.
Yes, in my native place, Siddhapur.
So his native place is Siddhapur. It is Uttar Kannada district of Karnataka. After that, where you have done your class 11th and 12th?
That is in Siddhapur.
In Siddhapur.
From 8th to 12th in Siddhapur.
Okay, 8 to 12 in Sitapur. After 12th, you have done your BSc in Hubli.
Yes.
Again, college name. Can you just put?
SK Arts Science Institute. That is my degree where I completed
Okay.
with combination PCM.
PCM.
Yes, sir.
PCM was your combination.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Again, after that, how you got again into MS? How you got idea that again you can choose physics and you can move forward with this one?
Initially, I enjoyed mathematics in the beginning. Initially, I thought that because of score, I think most probably, mathematics is my favorite.
Okay.
But after that one, as application point of view, I'm not satisfied with mathematics. I'm not blaming mathematics. It is not a good subject to read, not like that.
Okay.
But even though, gradually my interest.
You felt physics was more enjoyable than
Enjoyable,
mathematics,
yes,
and
yes.
then you have chosen physics in
Yes,
MSc.
yes.
Again, how you studied during MSc? Can you just share some experience again during MSc? How was your study and all? Because again, whenever whatever the time you spend in coaching class, that is a fraction of your whole career. Am I right?
Yes,
Again,
yes, definitely.
obviously, starting from your school days, everything will what do you call influence your later career actually.
Yes, yes.
Again, how you have studied during MSc? How you prepared or again?
In BSc as well as in MSc, the one thing which I did, the wrong thing is, I didn't concentrate on the problems point of view. I read only theoretical point of view. I thought that I understood something. But after start to solving the problems after completing my MSc, then I came to know that, oh, I didn't understand the things, concepts properly. That's why the problem oriented study is very important. Only theoretical oriented study is not sufficient.
Okay, I hope you got that point. I mean, again, maybe during your graduation,
Yes.
usually you don't concentrate on problems,
Yes, yes.
solving problem and
Yes.
all. You just study the theory and present it in the exam.
Yes, yes.
I think after that you found that you should have done that one during
Yes,
MSc.
yes, because every competitive exam based on the problems,
Okay.
not on only theoretical basis.
Okay.
That's why to clear competitive exams and at the same time to understand the concepts properly, the problem oriented study is very important. It is basic requirement.
Okay, you are saying that solving problem will help you to understand concepts also.
Yes, yes, theoretical
Okay,
projects.
okay, theoretical concept. Yeah, that's a good comment. Uh, Now, again, after MSc, again in year
In 2016.
in
June.
in 2016, you spent around 3 years, isn't it?
Yes.
In preparing for exam.
Yes, yes.
Around one and a half year for preparing for exam, and one and a half year you have done teaching. Am I
Yes,
right?
yes,
Again,
yes.
again, one more thing that I have to talk about Madhav is he's a great teacher. Okay, he's a very good teacher. He taught for BSc, MSc. Again, he influenced many students. I mean, he motivated many students. That's a part of his career actually. Again, you spent almost 3 years. Am I right? Again, can you share some experience during again after MSc, whatever the struggle you had again going through this exam and again getting into this PhD or something, whatever the struggle you had.
Okay. I completed my MSc in June 2016.
Okay.
And in 2017 February, I wrote GATE exam and I cleared with the ranking, I think 934 ranking. And at that time, my intention is to get the job, and I tried a lot. But at the same time, on the basis of GATE, we can't get any appointment. For example, a degree as a degree faculty.
Okay.
That's why I started to prepare for NET exam.
Okay.
And one more thing, when I studied for 6 months for the same thing, that is for JRF NET, my score is very less.
Okay.
But even though I thought that okay, even one more time or two more times I have to study, I have to clear the NET exam because that is the criteria to get the job. Then I finally cleared NET also in 2018.
Okay. I mean, you thought that again, first you have to clear CSI or NET exam because
Yes.
that is quite mandatory for assistant professor job.
Yes,
That's
yes.
why you are on to that one during that period.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Now again, okay, during that period again, that is your experience in attending this exam,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Again, I hope you struggle little bit again while cracking any exam again in
yes.
exam hall. What are the mistakes that you have done? Because we can learn a lot of things out of those mistakes
Yes, yes, definitely.
in preparing or in while attending the exam or something. Because that is what we can learn from that.
Yes, yes. So first thing is time management.
Okay.
And
In
one,
exam hall.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
First thing is time management, and one more thing is that no one will ask which question you solved in the exam. By that one, you cracked GRF or GATE or just whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Whatever it may be. Therefore, part A or part B, part C, in which part, if you consider net exam, which part you are comfortable with, you have to go through those things. But score point of view, C part is important, B part is important as compared to A part. That's why we better to go from B, C, and then after A. But always try to get maximum marks. Need not to worry about which question. It may be from A part, but finally.
I mean, it may be from your experience in stucking with difficult question. Am I
Yes,
right?
yes,
In
yes,
exam
yes,
hall.
yes, yes.
You have chosen any difficult question or spent a lot of time. You felt like that?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Okay. Yeah. Ultimately, in exam hall, that I used to say actually. These are all experience, my own experience, and again experience from my own students actually. Whatever I used to suggest to current batches, that in exam hall it doesn't matter. Again, nobody will ask which question you have attended.
Yes. And
Whether
it is not a
yeah.
prestigious thing, which by solving which question you
Yeah,
get
again,
this degree.
yeah, that's very good. Again, you can't feel prestigious by just solving very difficult
Difficult questions,
question
yes.
and wasting time. If you haven't qualified, again, nobody will believe.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. That's the one of other one notable point. Again, these are again your now many students usually they escape from this one again. You spend lot of time in preparing. You have taken lot of attempts actually.
Yes, yes, yes.
Many students usually escape from it again after one attempt or two attempts. They will escape from it and they will choose some other career other than physics.
Yes, yes.
Again, what is your suggestion? Again, or definitely, again you also might have felt the same thing. Maybe some financial conditions or something. Those might what you call those may force them to switch the career.
Yes.
Again, what would you talk about that?
As my personal point of view, I think after completing MSc is not. It's better to spend 1 year on only for preparing the competitive exam. But after that one, it's
Again,
better.
one thing that I wish to quote here is again that is for us
No,
again who
yes, yes,
graduated from
yes,
state
yes, yes,
university
yes,
or
yes.
ordinary
If
college.
you are prepared in MSc as well as BSc level, it's good, not at all. It's good, definitely, no doubt at all. But if you are not prepared in a exam oriented way or problems oriented way as us, it's better to spend 1 year only for preparing or only for preparing the competitive exam.
Okay, you
But
are saying that it is worth spending
yes,
time
yes,
1 year after even after MSc to
yes,
prepare for the exam.
yes, yes.
Yes.
Without any side job. But after 1 year, as my personal point of view, you better to start to earn something. It may be 5,000 per month.
Okay.
At the same time, you parallelly yeah,
Again you better to continue the
yes, yes,
preparation. That's
yes,
what you are
yes,
suggesting.
yes.
Now again, even that 1 year, it may be quite difficult for many students. Even that 1 year after MSc, it may be quite difficult because there may be some financial issues or there may be some issues with their parents and all. Again,
Yes.
they will push them to
Yes.
get the job.
Yes, yes.
Again, how did you hold that time? What made you to hold that time?
Because at that time I don't have any options. I have to do this competitive exam preparation at the same time. I have to earn. There is no option.
No, so didn't you think that you could have joined somewhere for teaching or some other job so that you can quickly start earning soon after
Yes,
MSc.
yes. After 1 year of MSc, I got the job in for I think Kendriya Vidyalaya
Okay.
for 27,000. I remember that one
Mhm.
per month.
Mhm.
But
I mean, that's for class 12th, I think. Class
as
12 teaching.
from 8th to 12th.
8 to 12.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, yes.
okay, yeah.
And for the timing is 8 to, and timing is from morning 8 to evening afternoon, I think.
Okay.
But after that one, I thought that there is no improvement in our career. It is at the same time it is temporary.
Okay. The position is temporary. It is there is no improvement in your career,
Yes, yes.
personal career.
Yes, yes.
That's why that made you to sustain and
Yes, yes. Then after I joined for 11,000. I avoided I think 27,000 per month job, and I started to do as a guest faculty in one college that is for class wise basis.
okay. I mean,
It
you
is
don't have to work full day.
a full day. Yes, yes.
You used to get very less amount.
Yes, maximum 11 to 12,000. Maximum 12,000.
That is not even regular. Am I right?
Yes, yes, definitely. Only for out of 6 months in
They used to
semester,
pay.
three and a half months.
Okay. Again, again. I hope you noted down this point. I mean, most of you will have this situation. That's why. I mean, he holded that time. Okay. Again, in that time, he thought that if he joins any job again where he can earn, that in that job his career would be quite stagnant. Am I
Yes,
right?
yes.
Again, that's why he thought that again it is better to struggle.
Yes, sir.
during
And
that.
one more thing, my suggestion is it's better to avoid teaching positions for PUC. That is for
Class
intermediate.
12.
Class 12.
Okay. I mean, in the beginning, better to avoid teaching for class
Yes,
12.
yes,
Why
yes.
would you think so?
Because in almost in every college, workload is 4 to 5 hours per day.
Okay.
After
You can't work after MS. You can't
yes,
work on your exam. That's
yes,
what
yes,
you are
yes,
saying.
yes, yes.
Yeah. But why can't they work like a part time? Just like if they are good at JEE level coaching or
Yes,
something.
definitely,
That's good idea,
definitely.
right? But not full time in
As a
class
full
12.
time, as well as not more than 4 to 5 hours, or for 4 to 5 hours, maximum 1 or 2 hours. Because for the 4 to 5 hours class or whatever it may be, 1 to 2 hours, you have to prepare something. Without preparation,
Okay.
we can't
Again,
teach anything.
preparation it takes a lot of time.
Yes.
It's not just spending. Yeah, that's why again you are not suggesting teaching for class 12 soon after MSc,
Yes, yes.
unless they have any.
For JEE point of view, it's okay 1 hour. But usually in colleges, they prefer to
Work,
do work
okay,
for
yeah.
4 to 5 hours. It's
Then again, during that time, you felt that even if you work for 11,000,
yes, yes.
or even I think you if you got around 5,000 per month, I think you would be happy, am I right?
Yes, yes. Because at that time, my intention is not to earn money.
Okay. Then let me put you in quite little more difficult situation.
Okay.
Suppose if you were needed to help your family,
Yes, yes, yes. One more thing. Yes.
then which one you would have chosen?
I didn't think of that one because when I
No, no. Again, this kind of YouTube doesn't show full view. Again, there is no. Okay, let me just put it like this. Okay. Wait a second. Let me just pin this one. Yeah. I hope now it is okay on YouTube. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay. What I was so I was asking again. Then okay, you haven't thought of that
yes,
situation.
yes,
Okay.
because I didn't face that one.
Mhm.
But after 1 year of
But
MSc,
you face the situation that you should have self finance.
yes, yes, yes,
You
yes.
should have earned your own
Yes, yes.
pocket money.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, that is
definitely.
the situation you have faced.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's a very good comment. But again, yeah. Uh, Let me try to get that answer from
Yes, yes.
other student,
Yes,
other
yes.
old
Yes,
student. Okay,
yes.
because I need some answer for that one.
Yes.
Because even though I have also faced the same thing, but
Okay.
I somehow sustained
Okay.
during that period. Again, let me answer that one
Okay,
definitely.
okay,
Okay, for
okay.
that one. Now, after again, can you just share your experience as a teacher? Again, you taught for MSc
Yes, yes.
in both here in Karnataka College as well as Karnataka University, Dharwad,
Okay.
as a teaching assistant.
Yes.
Again, can you just share your experience as a teacher, MSc teacher? I mean,
Yes,
please.
yes, yes.
Yes.
Initially, I thought that if I prepare for 2 hours, then it may be sufficient or may not be sufficient for 1 hour class.
Okay.
But in the second year, I thought that okay. And one more thing, for tomorrow's class, for new concept, it is not give 100% efficient teaching if I start to prepare before 1 day before.
One day before, if you start preparing, again you
No,
may
it's
not
not.
able
Yes,
to efficiently teach them.
Yes, yes, yes. But after completion of preparation for competitive exam, like if I started to prepare for competitive exam quantum mechanics, then ultimately at the end of 1 year or 6 months, I can give 100%.
Okay, to teach, you
Yes,
should have learned that one, or you should have spent time, lot of time
yes, yes, yes.
before teaching. You should have spent lot of
Yes,
time
yes,
on that
yes,
tape. That's
yes,
what you
yes,
felt during that one.
yes.
Again, that is one. Again, your teaching aspect. As far as students aspect, usually. It was quite challenging to motivate the student, am I right? Again, definitely, all
Yes.
teacher will face that.
Yes,
How did you
yes.
face the situation? How did you face the student? Again, how did you make the student to listen and all? Again, those are the quite challenging part, am I right?
Yes, yes.
Uh, yes.
Again, we better to take the only not only theoretical point of view. We have to take problematic point of view and theoretical point of view. And one more thing, for the same concept, if you give this different approaches,
Okay.
then interest will grow.
Okay. Again, for the same concept,
Yes,
if you
yes.
try to give different
Approaches,
maybe at least
explanation.
one of the approach may be convincing for the student.
Yes, yes, yes. That is the main thing.
Okay.
Because different students.
Yes.
Okay, because different students may expect different approaches. That's why for some of the students, Griffiths is a good book. They thought that for someone, they thought that okay, R. Shankar is a good book. For someone, Jatili is a good book. Because of that one, we better to focus
Okay,
on different approaches.
if you give different approach,
Yes,
student can catch up any one of them.
yes, yes.
So that's the nice idea about teaching.
And at the same time, for that one, we have to study all these things.
Okay, again, as your
Yes,
preparation, you should have studied the
multiple books, multiple video lectures, whatever it may be, but different sources.
Okay, so that's the part. Then let me now get into the question by many students that they have asked actually. Uh, Usually you were a kind of self-learner, am I right? That I have seen. Even though you were being a part of this my course actually, you have learned. You had some self-learning capability.
Yes, yes.
How did you grow on that self-learning capability? Because again, that is my thought. Again, I am now pushing my students to do some self-learning, but you had that one before.
Yes, yes.
Again, what made you to get into kind of self-learning actually?
Yes,
Again, because whenever I used to explain some concept, you used to understand in your own way.
Yes,
That I have
yes,
observed.
yes.
That is the outcome of your self-learning. Most of the students usually will not think like that.
Okay,
Again,
okay.
they expect spoon feeding
Okay.
from the teacher,
Okay.
but you are quite different. Again, what made you to get into the self-learning? Again, can you comment on it?
Again, as I told you, from the same source, we can't expect all the corners of the same concept. Therefore, we have to move to different sources. Different sources means if I consider any video lectures,
Okay.
he will teach in his approach.
Mhm.
I'm not saying it's wrong, but this is the one of the approach. But for different approaches, and if my point of view is different for the same concept, I have to go through in a different way.
Okay.
For that one, I started to study. In the beginning, for example, I am not satisfied or comfortable with quantum mechanics by Griffiths. That's why I started to read Zetili first. But after holding to some extent, I'm not say 100%. After to the some extent, I started to move on through the Griffiths.
Okay, you are saying that again. Suppose if any teacher
Yes.
present his idea,
Yes.
that may not be comfortable for all students.
Yes.
If they do some self-study, multiple book reading or something,
Yes.
again they can again they can understand in their own way.
Yes.
That's quite
Yes. Come out of that problem. They may come out.
Again, that made you to again do the self-learning.
Yes.
Now, how much important this self-learning in your research career?
Yes, definitely. Because again, as I told you,
Or if you were not a self-learner, again whether you could have handled or again you would have get into a problem.
No.
Yes.
Definitely, it must be self-learner, because no one can teach every bit of the concept.
Okay.
We have to search papers, we have to search books, we have to search video lectures. Everything we have to do by our own.
Our own.
Yes,
So
definitely.
during your research,
Yes.
there is no spoon feeding. That's what you are saying.
Yes.
Am I right? Yeah.
And it's not good to expect spoon feeding at that time also.
Okay, at that age.
At that age.
It's not good to expect spoon feeding.
Yes. Otherwise, we can't in a position to guide someone.
Okay, after your PhD, after your research career,
yes.
again, if you think about your long term,
yes. Again, we are not dependent.
You should be quite independent.
Independent, yes.
You should try to find your own path. That's what you are saying, am I right? Yeah, that's a very nice idea, because he has chosen his path according to that one. Again, according to how to say that he should find his own way in research, in teaching or something. Even though again he's not expecting any spoon feeding. That's quite different again attitude actually.
Again, it's very difficult.
Okay.
But even though
very
it's
struggle,
yes,
right?
yes, definitely.
But you think very long time your career development, that if you are self-learner, you will find your way in research, teaching, everything. That's what you are thinking. Yeah, that's very nice idea. I hope you can note down all of this. Like, obviously, video will be saved. Okay, you can watch it later. And again, next part is, let me just start asking some question from students. Wait a second. Again, first very straight question by, I think I don't know. Is it worth to do PhD from IITs?
If you are mentally prepared to spend 3 to 4 years in a normal university, then it's better to spend 5 years in IIT. No doubt at all. And even in some normal universities also, it may be 5 years.
Wait a second. Suhail, are you there? Sushil. Are you there? Sushil? I think you have asked this question. Yeah, anyway. So you just continue. Again, his question is, let me take in two different ways. Is it worth of doing PhD? First one. And other one is it worth doing PhD in IIT?
Yes, but after completion, even after clearing my GATE exam in 2017, I started to concentrate on the appointment. But after finally I came to know that even some more problems are there. That is because of limited number of seats, and we can't apply
in job
point of view. We can't and we can't apply for universities. We can apply
without PhD. You can't get into the good position.
Yes. And we can apply to the universities also. But even though in front of PhD students, we can fight with them.
Okay. Now I think onwards the scenario is quite different.
Yes.
PhD is almost becoming mandatory.
Yes.
The whole scenario is quite different. That's a different story. Okay. Again, is it worth doing PhD from IIT? That's what he's whether guides are helpful or not. That's what the question that he is asking. Why can't you talk about the environment, the different environment that, or different training, different mindset that you will develop. Different, even your attitude also will change after you spend a lot of time in IIT. Can you just talk about that?
First of all, instrumentation point of view, if you consider normal universities and IITs, some more extra benefits are there. And at the same time, environment point of view, you can do your research work 24/7 in our department.
Okay.
There is no restriction. And for instrumentation usage also there is a restriction, that is from 9 to 6, that kind of thing are there. But in our lab there is no restriction, that is 24 into 7. But if you consider characterization point of view, SEM, TEM,
Okay.
XRD, there is a time restriction from 9 to 6. But even though within that time restriction also we can give our 100% maximum result as compared to state universities. And for the
Okay,
sake,
again, you are comparing IITs with state university, where in IITs you don't have any restriction on instrumentation.
the restriction in the sense for common usage there is a restriction, but in our lab,
Okay,
in our lab,
you have enough instrumentation,
yes, yes,
so that you will have much more opportunity.
yes,
I mean,
yes,
to do good research.
yes, yes,
That's why you feel it is worth spending time in IITs.
yes, yes.
Apart from this one, again,
And even if
what
I
are the
consider,
other qualities you may develop, that what you are feeling again during your PhD?
means environment is different, definitely.
Okay.
Everyone is running behind particular that research.
Okay. The whole environment is quite
Yes,
different.
yes.
Now,
I am
again,
not, again I am not saying
I'm just
100.
talking about when you come out of IIT again. Uh, when you just compare yourself with when you are getting into IIT, when you are coming out of IIT, what might be the changes? Again, I may need to ask this one after that one. Anyway,
Yes, yes.
what would you see?
Yes. Now I can't say because
Okay,
only
again,
one.
yeah, you have to experience
Yes,
this one,
yes,
isn't it? Yeah.
definitely.
That's a good question. And one more question is how to self-learn after completion of this course. Again, she's quoting my course. Usually, again, I don't know how I was there in my first batch. I used to what you call push you for your some self-study.
Yes.
Now recently, it is becoming almost kind of spoon feeding. I used to solve a lot of problems. I haven't been that much restricted. Okay.
Yes.
Now. Again, how to self-learn after completion of this course? I feel bit uncomfortable in reading the book directly without watching any lecture regarding to that one. That was she's saying.
If you started to study any books, again I want to give one example. For standard book in condensed matter physics, Ashraf and Marvin is a standard book, no doubt at all.
Okay.
Because of that one, it is not good to start to read Ashraf and Marvin in the from first time.
Okay.
As a basic point of view, we better to move from Ali Umar, then after Kettle, then after Ashraf and Marvin. It's better to.
Okay, you are saying that in the standard textbook, you
Yes.
better to start with the
Easier.
article easiest one.
Yes.
Then you better to move on to the higher level book.
Yes,
Is what
yes.
you are saying.
Yes. Oh, and at the same time, one more key point is that without completing quantum mechanics and statistical mechanics, please don't try to start to read condensed matter.
Okay. Again, for condensed matter, the background part is needed. I
Yes.
mean, again, for any theory, you
Yes,
should
yes,
know what
yes,
are the
yes, yes,
background
yes.
thing that you need. Suppose quantum mechanics, statistical physics, electrodynamics.
Yes.
If everything
Yes.
is okay,
Up to the mark,
up to the
then-
mark, then you can go
Yes.
for condensed matter physics. You will understand the throughout
Yes,
theory.
yes.
Yeah. So that's the good comment. And she's again that is his answer. Suppose if you take quantum mechanics. Suppose she's saying that she's a bit uncomfortable in reading the book without attending the lecture. After attending the lecture, I think she might have felt quite comfortable because I used to refer book and then I used to teach.
Uh-huh.
How to again when you have chosen very new book
Okay.
on the topic, how do you answer this one again? She's facing in that way. She's facing the trouble in that way. Are you there, Kirti? Are you there? Yeah. Anyway, you just continue.
Yes. In the first step, if I started to read any new book, the language he may use in Zettel is different, in Griffiths is different, and one of the mathematical physics. That language is different.
Okay.
That's why we have to, in the beginning, we have to, it takes some time. It may be 1 week or 15 days, whatever, that depends on the student. But after that one, we start to familiar with the notations, a language he has used. But In the first step, you may not get the concept properly. Again, you have to read. Again, you have to read 3 to 4 times. Then after, you will be
Okay, you have to read that one multiple
multiple
times in
times.
order to understand that one.
Yes, yes.
You
Not
should not give
blindly,
it up.
blindly,
Okay.
but in each step with some increment in ideas or in concept.
Okay. Okay. Again, you should not give it up. You need some patience.
Yes,
That's what
yes,
you are
yes,
saying.
yes.
It takes its own time.
Yes, yes.
Yes, and there is no compromise in that one.
Yes,
isn't it?
yes.
Yeah. So that's a good one. I think. Yes.
Sir, I want to ask the questions which is just before this.
Yes.
That is, I want to clear it out. Sir, I know that according to the sir, regarding the accommodation facility and finance, IITs are the best.
Okay.
But the guides will interact with the PhD students. Are they aware of that? What the student is doing or the difficulties they are facing? What kind of an interaction between the guide and students have in the IITs? Is that similar to the state universities?
No,
I
I'm
hope
not.
you got the question. Let me clarify again.
Yes.
If I'm not wrong, again compared to state universities or compared to universities and IITs, IITs may have a good financial thing and good what you call
Yes, financial thing definitely.
and good food and accommodation.
Yes.
But how about again teacher and student relationship? Again, is that better? So that's what you are asking, I hope, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm not saying every state university their faculty is not that much responding and every IIT faculty is responding not like that. But even though in more general way, most probably the environment is different. That's why the faculties are much more responding as compared to state universities. I can say only that one. I can't specifically say this faculty is like this faculty is like this.
I hope we should not judge by any one experience.
Yes,
am I right?
yes,
Again,
yes, yes. In general, I can say definitely it's much more responding and much more responsibilities also.
they show their responsibility.
Yes, yes, definitely.
What made you to think so? Can I ask?
What, sir?
What made you to think so? I mean, what made you to ask that question? You had any bad experience?
Yeah, my few friends are from the IIT when I'm in the MSc. So they have an experience that IIT teachers are, so they have a responsibility of that institute. Obviously, that institute is planning to do everything like MOOCs and everything. So they are so much have a responsibility. So they are not that much responsible to the students. They are thinking like they will do their own. So I just want to ask that much.
Again, there is a difference between spoon feeding and
Okay.
this.
Again, what he's saying is again we should not expect that spoon feeding.
No, sir, I'm not saying about spoon feeding, but just in a week that what are you have done and what difficulties you face. This much interaction we can expect from a guide in a week.
Oh, definitely.
Just
that is available. Definitely.
This much I mean only.
Yes, yes.
I mean, they will give time. They will definitely give time.
Yes, yes. 2 to 3 days. Maybe some faculty daily, or some faculty 2 to 3 days. Some faculty maybe 5 days. But within a week, definitely.
Wait. Again, the problem is most of the students. Again, you just correct me if I'm wrong. They get into the institute just because they crack the interview or they crack the exam.
Yes, yes.
Without doing some research on which topic they are going to take the research and again how much what may be the environment in that lab and all. I think they may get into the PhD. Then definitely they will what you call face the trouble.
Yes,
Because again they may not expect that one. They may expect full support sometimes.
Yes.
They may expect everything hand to hand.
Yes.
Again, but you are quite different. He was quite different. Okay, he when he thought of again where to get into the PhD, he thought like again I want to do something of my own. He is a quite different person, I think. But again, how do you answer her question? How much supportive they are? Again, yeah.
Again, that depends on the faculty.
Okay, again, you should set your mind before getting into that environment. Am I right? You should know how is that group. You should know again how much faculty will what you call not is a kind of help. Okay, again, some faculty will intentionally
Yes.
force the student to
Yes, yes.
do his own work.
Yes, yes.
Again, some faculty will do kind of spoon
Yes,
feeding
yes, yes.
actually. Again, we should not say that one is right, other is
Yes,
wrong.
yes, yes.
In that sense, again, I think you have chosen first one. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
You were never expecting
Yes,
spoon
yes,
feeding.
yes.
But if you get into some problem again during this PhD, are you confident that your guide will be there for you always?
Yes, definitely.
Definitely.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I think that answers your question.
Yes, sir. This is the what I'm asking for, because it is considered that in the IITs they have so much responsibility, so they don't have that much good interactions.
No,
No.
But that's
Again,
what
compared to state university,
Just that I want to ask.
no. In state university, there are much more. I mean, other academic jobs that faculties used to do actually compared to IITs, because there they have a lot of positions to handle instrument. To again for each of them, they have separate positions. They will call for them, and they again. But again, so there are two things. Okay, that you have to choose. Again, one is whether you need spoon feeding, then you should get into that kind of research group. Suppose if you wish to do something of your own, again his plan is quite different. Okay, he has chosen again group and institution in such a way that in a long term he should find himself in research. And he says that if the somebody is there to spoon feed, again he may not find himself in his very long future. That's a quite different one. So that's why you better to set your mindset
Yes,
to
yes.
self-learning
Yes.
and to do something of your own, even though again so there is no help or something, isn't it? Again, maybe she's saying that faculties are quite busy with some academic job.
Yes.
That's why they may not give much time for that one. Even in that case, you won't face any constraint to do your own thing, isn't it?
Yes.
I hope I'm wrong.
Yes.
I'm right.
Yes.
I hope that is quite comfortable.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Again, you can speak out. You can ask.
And
anything.
one more thing plus point in I don't know in about all IITs, but in our campus, for students also there is a teaching assistant job as a instrument operator
Okay.
in Central Instrument Facility. That is for it may be VSM, for FESM, for XRD, those things. By that one we can learn the operation of those instruments also.
Okay. You will learn everything
Yes.
as a system
Yes, yes,
over
yes.
there, so that you don't need much assistance.
Yes, yes. For
During
our,
research,
yes,
that's
yes,
what you're saying.
yes, yes. For first 6 months maybe XRD, then after for VSM, then after for FESM, like that.
Okay, I think you should not take again by one or two experience. You should not judge the whole system.
Yes,
one
yes,
thing,
yes.
and the other one is you better to prepare your mindset for some self-learning or for
Yes,
some
yes.
independent research.
Yes, yes.
Then I think you will not face any
Yes,
difficulties,
yes,
isn't it?
yes.
That's a very nice idea. But faculties will be there if you got any problem.
Definitely. 100%.
Definitely, they will be there
Yes.
if you got any problem,
Yes.
either instrumentation or any understanding problem.
Yes,
If
yes.
you can approach
Yes,
and
yes,
you can
yes,
do
yes,
that one.
yes.
Okay. And one more thing is again what I felt was again it's all up to the student. Am I right? Again, they should be quite more communicative.
Yes.
Then who will not help, isn't it?
Yes.
It's quite again we have to prepare our mindset before
Yes,
getting
yes.
into that environment.
Yes, yes.
Just because of that we cracked the exam and cracked the interview.
Yes.
Again, maybe they might have asked the question where we are very good at.
Yes, yes.
You might have influenced them or impressed them, and you got
Yes.
into again that should not happen.
Yes.
Okay, you should do a kind of lot of research before getting into
Yes.
research. That again his ideas are quite different. Again, I would also suggest the same thing. You should not expect spoon feeding. And I respect his ideas because as far as long term career is concerned, you should find your own way in research. Then only you would be successful in your career as well as guiding other students. Okay, yeah. Again, that's one question. Any other question quickly that you can ask?
Sir,
Yes, tell me.
yeah, sir, if we have three options,
Okay.
sir,
Yes, speak out. We can hear
yeah,
you.
if we have three options,
Yes.
first PhD in TFR, second PhD in IITs,
Okay.
and third as a scientific officer in BARC or DRDO.
Okay.
So, which you will prefer?
I think you got to answer.
uh, DRDO, scientific as a scientific officer, and then after
Again, he's saying yes, one is scientific officer job, other
okay,
one
one
is
is
PhD in TIFR, PhD in IIT, other two. Which one you are going to choose?
I'm not familiar with TIFR,
Hmm.
but some of friends who are doing their jobs in BARC, I think,
Okay, as scientific
as
officer.
a scientific officer, he told uh, there is not that much freedom to freedom in the sense field point of view.
Mhm.
You have to
I mean
work
that
into.
is. I think that depends on your mindset. Okay, whether you again whether you wish to continue your research quite freely or not. Okay, again, but as a scientific officer, they can register for PhD also.
Yes, after scientific officer, as joining, I didn't think of that one. But as a scientific officer, there is not that much
Freedom.
freedom. Freedom in the sense, only for work point of view, only 7 places I think in country is available. In that one also, after training, 1 year of training,
Hmm.
the which one give the best performance, there for him there is an option, 7 options,
Okay.
but for the candidate who are in the last there is no option.
Okay. It's a kind of just like other job that they can place anywhere.
Yes, and one more
You
thing,
don't.
after 1 year of training there is a restriction, we have to work for 3 years. We can't leave. There's some restrictions also there.
Yes.
Again, that depends on your
Interest.
interest. And
Again, as far as PhD or research is concerned, again compared to TFR and IITs, again which one?
I'm not that much familiar with
I think
TIF.
that also you have to choose according to the topic. Okay.
Yes, definitely. That's
Again,
very important.
if you institute is quite secondary.
Yes,
Again, the research group and
yes.
topic of interest,
Yes,
that's quite
yes,
primary. You
yes,
should
yes.
not compromise
Yes.
with that one. Yeah, I hope that's the correct answer.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, so can you continue that question?
And
Or
one
can
more
you-
thing,
Yes.
for name of the universities, please don't compromise with the areas which we want, because you have to survive in that one for longer time.
Okay, you should not compromise with your interest.
Yes.
You should
Yes.
move on with that one.
Yes.
Institute is secondary.
Yes,
That's
yes,
what you're
yes,
saying.
yes.
Again, maybe you got into TFR but not the subject of interest.
Yes. Then
Or
again, you can't give your 100%.
Okay. You can't
Yes.
give your 100%. Yeah, that's a very good answer. Again, can you just continue that question, or if you are not satisfied?
No, sir, it's okay.
Okay, yeah. Then yeah, any further question? You can just continue quickly.
So regarding the interviews,
Okay. So regarding the interview, okay, can you share your experience of first interview?
My first interview was in IIT Hyderabad.
Okay.
In that one, my performance, one of the worst performance which I ever faced.
Okay.
They asked us some even basic questions, but even though I feel,
Usually this will happen, am I right?
Yes.
Again, first interview, you may not able to perform very well in the very first interview.
Yes.
Okay.
In the first question itself,
Hmm.
I think I failed to answer.
Hmm.
Then after one by one linked.
Okay.
That's why it's one of the worst performance. I'm not satisfied with that one.
Hmm.
And at the same time, finally, I didn't got selected. Definitely, that's obvious.
Okay. Then
And
have you felt improvement of confidence again when you attended more interviews?
yes, definitely. And my second interview was in Manipal. That's not IIT, either like that.
That
but
is one of the top deemed
yes,
university.
deemed university, but
Okay.
it's good, no doubt at all. In that one, the first question is why you prefer to join here. before. Then I told, oh, instrumentation facilities, everything is good. That's why. Then after, okay, it's everything very common. What about more about why you want to join here like that? Then I told, and that's the thing. When I was in MSc in a mini project, I sent one sample.
Okay,
For
you
characterization.
sent your sample to Manipal
Yes,
for
at the time for
characterization.
that for the same characterization, I didn't have that characterization in my university. That's why I sent that one. Then they started to do for which characterization.
Okay.
Then I told them for XRD, and they started to ask about XRD.
Okay. I mean, your successive questions are depend on your answers.
Previous answer. And they started to
Again, now, if I think little back, you had hold on how you can flow the interview.
that is by the
If you
help
are
of-
smart enough.
yes.
Yeah.
And one more thing, I will explain that one later. They started to ask questions on XRD.
Okay.
Simple questions. What is on which principle it works? Is it possible to use visible light instead of XRD? What is the relation between A and D? That is general, as usual meaning. Those type of questions. Then after the next question is, you told previously you sent one sample for characterization, that is for here XRD. Which sample you sent?
Okay.
I told ZNO nanoparticle for characterization. Okay, explain what are the properties of ZNO nanoparticle? What are nanoparticles? What is the size? Started to explain on that one. That is, almost whole interview depends on only one sentence. That is, I sent one sample for a characterization. Here, that is exactly.
Or you may answer like, I have done some research work on that one.
Yes.
They again in their interview they may say that I have done project work on this one. That's why I'm interested in this topic. They will start asking the question on project work.
Yes. And one more thing.
That's why they should be very good at whatever they have done during their project work. They should be quite confident.
It's better to, yes.
Yeah. Again.
And one more thing, after all these things, they asked me about, okay, apart from XRD, which characterization you did?
Okay.
I think I did 6 characterizations, but as my fault, I don't know all of them very well. If as XRD, if started to ask in XRD, I am not sustained. I am not able to answer every corner.
Okay.
That's why I only told SEN. Apart from XRD, I did characterization, that is SEN.
Okay. You are quite smart over there.
Yes.
You have done many characterizations.
Yes, even though
still you talked only about SEN. And you drag their attention over
yes.
Yeah, that's quite nice thing. That
Because-
always it is in your hand. Again, the flow of the interview is always in your hand.
If I told DSC, then they start to ask about DSC. Then, but unfortunately, I don't know.
Okay.
That's why always be careful while giving the answer, because that your answer is the full step for the second question.
You should not be over smart.
Yes, definitely.
You should not be over smart. You should not give any unnecessary answers.
Unnecessary explanation, unnecessary terms. Please avoid those things.
Okay. Yeah. Again, in that sense, when you compare IIT Hyderabad and IIT, Manipal Institute, first question also does matter, am I right?
Yes, definitely.
Again, if you are not good at again, if you haven't satisfied that first question,
Yes.
It also does matter.
Yes.
If you could able to answer first question, I think that may improve your confidence. Again, that
Yes,
may be your
improve our confidence, and at the same time, by that one, I can give the direction to our interview.
Okay.
I can't say if they ask Ohm's law, I can't explain some other law, Kirchhoff's law. But even though within Ohm's law, it is possible to give some direction to interview.
But it was your first interview.
Yes.
That's why you struggled
Yes,
with it. Maybe again now if you couldn't able to answer first question, if you are confident enough, you can answer second question.
Yes.
And they may get impressed
yes,
because of that.
yes,
Then
yes,
you
yes.
have a choice,
Yes.
definitely. Again, one thing that you should remember is, again, it is very better if you have done a good project work during MSc,
Yes.
and you should know each and every corner of that project work. Again, if you have done project work but you don't know any part of it, that means that's a quite bad impression.
Yes.
That's the first part.
Yes.
So second part, again, continue. Again, what are the other experience you had in your interviews?
A third interview is IIT Guwahati.
Okay, third interview.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. In the,
Again, wait a second. Now, if your first interview were at IIT Guwahati,
fortunately, it was in IIT Hyderabad.
okay,
Because
yeah. So continue your answer.
okay, in that one they start to. First question is, are you comfortable with electrodynamics? Like that. That is there is an option. You need not to give every 100% performance in electrodynamics or quantum mechanics or statistical mechanics. Initially they will ask in general, are you comfortable with this one? But if you told I am comfortable with electrodynamics, then I have to give the performance in a well
You should give
Yeah.
very better performance.
Yes,
Once
yes.
you say that you are okay with electrodynamics,
Then,
you should not fail to answer.
yes, yes.
Again, you usually you will have a choice. That's what you are saying.
Yes,
In any
general,
interview,
in general.
in general, one is they may start asking questions on project work
Yes,
or research
yes,
orient, not up to research level, but whatever you have
Yes,
done,
yes,
whatever you
yes,
understood. Again, other parties they may give you the choice
Yes, yes.
which topic that you are
Yes.
comfortable with.
yes,
Most of the
Yes,
cases,
yes,
okay,
yes.
around more than 80% of the
Yes,
interview
yes.
will be like
Yes,
this, isn't it? Again, they will give you the choice, and once you have chosen, you should perform very well. in
Yes,
that one.
yes.
That's a good impression.
Yes,
Am I
yes.
right? Yeah. Now, I hope they will not expect you to now up to research level, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
At that time they don't expect you to.
Yes, yes.
But once you say I'm good at this one, you should not fail to perform.
Very basic questions.
Okay, very
For example, if you consider electrodynamics, in electrodynamics, for me, they ask me a questions only in Griffiths, only first and second chapter. The questions from
Can you
first
just
and
quote some questions so that we can elaborate?
in that one they okay. I didn't remember questions properly, particularly,
Okay.
but even though depends on Stokes law, Gauss law,
Okay.
and how they relates between the two things, that is the area, volume, and area and line integral, like that. Then after they asked me to write the relation between V and E, that is V is equal to minus integral E dot dl.
Okay.
And again some faculty asked me about how you can relate that one in a different way. I think E is equal to minus gradient of V.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
in that way. In that one. And one more thing, while explaining those things, please don't mention here negative sign corresponds to that helps us to make potential of the positive charge as positive. Those are unnecessary things.
Okay,
If they-
you did explain that.
Yes, yes.
Why you have taken negative sign?
No, I didn't explain
Okay.
because again,
They haven't asked.
yes,
Okay. You should.
they asked me about the relation between E and V. E is equal to minus gradient of V, or V is equal to minus integral of E dot dl.
Again, you are saying you should not be over smart.
Yes, again.
Wait a second. Those are very basic questions. How they have chosen by just asking very basic question? I think you might have done again very good explanation. That's what I'm thinking.
Yes.
Because only by asking some vector calculus or electrostatic. isn't it?
Because
I
of-
think there was lot of competition.
Yes.
According to ranking is concerned, you were nowhere. Actually.
Yes.
Isn't it?
My
Gate ranking is
934. Yes.
concerned, there may be a lot of students who got very good ranking.
Yes.
I think you don't remember. Am I right?
Yes.
You don't remember perfectly what are the questions they have asked.
Yes. But definitely, I can say only the questions are from first and second chapter of Griffiths.
Okay, I think you had almost 100% understanding over there.
Yes.
Almost 100%.
Yes.
understanding.
And
No,
I
you-
remember one thing. I think in Stokes law there is a line integral. While writing the integral one circle,
Okay.
what that indicates? That is the okay. In that one,
Did they ask about any direction or something?
no, they didn't ask any about direction, but d dot something dot dA.
Okay.
What about that surface area? That corresponds to the surface area corresponds to this line integral.
I think you might have. Okay. Now look at here. Did that you were teaching
Definitely.
help
Yes, yes,
over there
yes, yes,
to convince?
yes, easily.
Okay.
And after that one, after electrodynamics, they start to ask in condensed matter. Directly they ask me about effective mass, and they give one dispersion relation. They ask me to find what effective mass at a different part of the Brillouin zone, and they started to ask questions on classical mechanics directly.
Okay.
In classical
Have
mechanics,
you answered all questions as you remember?
in electrodynamics, I answered all the questions properly. In condensed matter, I'll ask the answered all questions properly. But finally, in classical mechanics, to the 80%, 60 to 80%, I answered, but not in 100% manner. But even though overall performance, I am sufficient. I am satisfied with it.
Yeah. Any doubt regarding interview? Quickly. Again, you can ask now. Right now, this is the correct time. Speak up.
So can we consider that we can prepare 4 to 5 subjects just as a deep for the interview? For remaining, we can say that we are not good in that. In this way, we can convey to just as you say, it is generalized. They will ask you in which subject you have interest.
Okay, usually quantum mechanics, electrodynamics, statistical mechanics, and classical mechanics. It's a general thing. We better to focus on that one. After that,
Are you saying that you should prepare all of them?
yes, it's better to. Even though if I told I'm not familiar with electrodynamics, they may start to ask on statistical also. But even though for a specialization point of view, if you want to read condensed matter, then again quantum mechanics, statistical, and electrodynamics are required. Therefore, all these four, that is electrodynamics, statistical mechanics, classical mechanics, and quantum mechanics, is better to prepare. And apart from that one particular subject, condensed matter or molecular
One
or
specialization.
nuclear. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I think during exam you did prepared very well. Am I right?
Yes,
Theoretically, I
yes,
think you had no problem. Yeah. Again, any further question quickly? Just feel free to ask any question. Okay. Here.
Hi, sir.
Yes.
So this is Ritesh actually.
Yes.
So this is one of my questions which I'm having for a long time. See, let's say this is a general question which I wanted to ask a PhD scholar. So you went in and you took up a PhD work. Correct, no, sir? Isn't it?
Yes.
So when you started the work, did you feel uncomfortable with statistical methods? I'm not saying statistical mechanics. For example, let's say statistical methods. In case of what I'm talking about is this linear regression, fittings, and all those probabilities and all those things. As an experimentalist, I mean, you are working on experiments, I guess. So basically, when you do experiments, don't you feel we are lagging too much in those statistical methods? Because whenever I try to work with the programming stuff or whatever, I mean, when we try to do such things, I think it's better in MSc itself or before we take into some research work, because I know for sure the coursework doesn't consist of all these things. Whatever statistical methods which you will be applying in, let's say, in doing research projects. So ultimately, what I personally felt is, did you find it difficult to learn all those statistical methods? Because I do so, because I'm facing it. So can you tell exactly?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, if I consider not statistical methods, I want to consider XRD. In that one also, even after joining PhD also, I have to learn. So we have to learn so many things about XRD, how to analyze, how to characterize everything. Not only in XRD, it may be in SEM, it may be in TEM, whatever it may be. We have to we can't give. It is not possible to know 100% before PhD. But if you knew those things before PhD, it's good. But even though after joining PhD also,
you will have time. That's what you're
yes,
saying.
yes.
You will have time.
Yes, we have time. But even though it's challenging.
Now, what he's saying is, again, there is a quite gap between MSc and PhD.
Yes.
Again, regarding this analysis part of
Analysis part,
any experiment,
yes, definitely.
as well as programming,
Yes,
because that's not been taught very well during MSc.
yes.
Okay, yeah, Soritesh, you were asking something.
Yeah, no, sir. Actually, there are specialized papers for characterization. I guess every PhD course will run a course in characterization of materials. But I don't think we will have a specialized course for statistical methods. I have seen any place. I have never come across a course where they teach all statistical methods, because every experimentalist needs statistical methods. So that experience needs some amount of training you feel before doing and embarking a PhD. Don't you feel so?
Yes, there is a gap, definitely.
Yeah. And one more thing, sir. Yeah, one more thing. I mean, these two things I had in mind. One more thing is, let's say I have chosen a guide. Okay, this is regarding IITs and state universities, not state universities. In my case, Central University. So I know a particular guide. I know him very well. He is the one person who has taught me physics like that, something like that. Who is the reason behind my transformation? So, will you be dare enough to quit IIT and join him? I mean, you had a dream of joining IIT from your young age. So aren't we focusing too much on that IIT tag? So that, I mean, is it worth to give up that IIT dreams and join him, or should I wait more days and join an IIT? Because that person whom I'm talking about, let's say it can be in any person's life. So he has a PhD position in certain XYZ university, and there even it's actually going to be not an purely experimental stuff. Let's say something regarding theoretical stuff like quantum information, like that. So in that case, does IIT tag matters? Because after finishing your PhDs, I have heard many people are not able to get proper professor jobs. They are still struggling to get. I have seen those persons. Does IIT tag matter the most, or we can choose as universities? I mean, not state university. In my case, it's Pondicherry University. So just make a comment on that point. Is it worth to give up IIT dreams and go to state university?
Okay, what he's saying is, you may have better opportunity sometimes in state university also, but whenever you think of state university and IIT, again, whether you are graduated from the state university or graduated from IIT, what he's saying is, again, that tag does matter. That's what he's feeling. Again, can you comment on that one? Actually, you are also worried about the same thing. Isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not saying 100% it's worthful to join IIT, not like that. But even though in general, as compared to other, that is state university, is better to join.
I mean, how much the tag does matter?
I hope that it's helpful.
It is
Helpful, but after PhD,
in getting the job.
yes,
Okay, as far as training is concerned,
training is concerned, it's better.
okay. Okay, again, being in the state university or being in the normal college or university.
So,
they
no, sir.
perform very
My
well.
question is, no, sir. What I'm telling basically is, will you be dare enough to choose a state university over IITs? Because I'll give you the positives of a state university. You have a good guide. You know that he will allow you to work independent.
That's what I'm saying. You may have still better opportunity in some state university. Very good guide, very good environment, everything. Then you might got selected simultaneously for IIT. Now, which one you are going to choose? That's your job.
Yeah, exactly. Should I continue to work only on IIT dreams, or is it better to give up on that and get into a state university? Not state university. It's in my case, it's Pondicherry. Yes.
Yes.
It's good, better to join Pondicherry University or whatever. If everything is fine, then
Now, again, no. What he's saying is, now, if you were graduated from IIT, you had the tagline. Maybe whether that is worthful.
But for postdoc point of view, even very good guide, instrumentation facility is enough, I think, for postdoc point of view.
Okay.
Yeah, postdoc point of view, you're right.
Performance in postdoc will drag you to better career later.
Yes.
Even though you were not in IIT at the beginning.
Yes.
Right? Your performance also does matter.
Yes.
Yeah, again, what I would answer here is, again, better to choose according to your field of interest. Am I right?
Yes.
If you got IIT but not your field of interest,
Yes.
if you got state university, the best position with very again which is related to your field of interest, I think you better choose that one, and so that you can perform well. And again, even though there is no tagline, as you are saying, again he can perform
Yes,
well.
yes.
Yeah, I hope that clarifies your doubt.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Yes.
Yeah, again you can ask doubt. Okay, there is no time limit. We have time here. You can continue asking the doubts actually.
Sir,
Yes, tell me.
so my area of interest is laser science. But if I got selected in some university and that laser science is not the research area in that particular university, what should I do? Should I and I didn't got selected for some other university. I selected only for particular university where that research area is not there. Then
Then
how to proceed?
it's very difficult to accept the areas which is not interested for you.
Yes, sir. That's my question.
Have you been to that field? I mean, already. Again, are you saying that you are interested in that one by having some exposure into that field?
Yes, sir. I did internship in that laser science at
Then I think you
RRCAT.
should not compromise, isn't it?
Yes.
Again, it's not just like she has chosen that topic because of some fancy
Yes, yes.
view on
Yes,
that
yes.
one. She has chosen after exposing
Yes,
that.
yes,
She
yes,
has real
yes,
interest
yes,
in that
yes.
one. Then in that case, I think she better to again. You better to stick on your interest.
Yes,
That's
yes,
what you are
yes, yes.
suggesting. Yeah.
For me, I now I am in experimental mechanics matter. If someone someone told me to do work in nuclear physics, mentally it is not possible for me.
Okay.
That's why.
Yeah, he is suggesting you to switch on to that one
No.
and wait for better
Yes, sir. Wait for
opportunity.
yes, yes.
Am I right?
Yes,
Switch to that
yes,
one.
yes.
Switch to that particular topic and wait for better opportunity,
Yes,
isn't it?
yes.
Because again, it's a quite long journey. PhD
Yes.
is a quite long journey. It's not just like 1 or 2
6 months
years.
or 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year. That's why again you should. It's all how much you enjoy that time,
Yes,
isn't it?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, you can continue your question.
Yes, sir. I
Okay. Yeah.
prefer that university where I will get that particular area of interest. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
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 Yes, quickly. Ganesh, you were asking something. I hope you got that. Am I right? What kind of question they used to ask in IITs? Isn't it? It's quite random. Am I right? In interview, it is always random. Okay,
And
we can't.
yes, yes. In for me, third interview is ISR Tirupati.
Okay.
In that one, they started to ask about mini project.
Mhm.
They asked me about you did mini project on in which topic. Then I told the preparation of the nanoparticles like that. Then they started to ask me about what nanoparticles like as previous. And then after one of the faculty asked me about are you comfortable with statistical mechanics. Then I told yes, I'm comfortable with that one. Then he started to ask about statistical mechanics.
Okay.
In the beginning I gave the answers and I tried to give the particular path in the sense in the direction.
Because you were experienced by that time.
Yes.
How to flow that interview.
Yes,
right?
yes. But finally, our things are not in our hand. He started to ask. They started to ask about thermodynamics.
Okay.
But
That
I
you were not
not
comfortable.
prepared.
You were
Yes,
not
yes,
prepared with
yes,
thermodynamics.
yes.
Right?
They started to ask about Clausius.
Yeah, one thing that you should remember, statistical physics means they can ask question on thermodynamics also.
But in that interview, they started to ask diverted to thermodynamics also. There I stuck.
No,
At that time-
statistical physics means again that's a quite different part. But
Yes.
usually, if they start with statistical physics, they can ask question on thermodynamics also.
Yes.
If they are preparing for statistical physics, they should be again they should have prepared for thermodynamics also
Yes.
very perfect.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Again, I hope you. Yes. Tell me.
They usually ask the theoretical question or like problem solving questions.
Usually theoretical, problematic also very simple point of view, not particular data like that. this is 2 centimeter, this is 4 centimeter, not like that.
Mhm.
Even though in the, as I told you, in IIT Guwahati, they told me to write one dispersion relation, they told us, and he asked me to find effective mass.
Okay.
There is a simple differentiation, and we have to simply manipulate those things.
Mhm.
And
They may ask some simple problem on the board.
Yes, yes.
Hmm?
Yes, yes. In that one, in classical mechanics also, they started to consider one pendulum. It has mass m, it has charge q.
Okay.
You have to apply electric field,
Okay.
and at the same time the spring constant k. That is in general way,
Mhm.
not mass 2 kg and electric field this
They
much.
may, I think they may see your approach. am I right?
Approach concept. That
Conceptual
yes,
understanding.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I hope you got the answer.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And in IISER Pune also, sorry, not IISER Pune, IISER Tirupati also, in statistical mechanics, they told me to write partition function for classical
Mhm.
thing.
Some
Yes,
particles,
yes,
some energy.
yes.
Okay. Yeah,
Those
they may
types
ask
of-
some simple problems also on the board. Okay.
And one more thing, definitely they will ask simple questions,
Mhm.
but you have to familiar with those things properly.
Again, they will start with simple questions.
Yes, definitely.
According to your answer, it may get into lengthy.
Yes, lengthy.
The whole
difficult.
interview
Yes,
may get into
yes,
lengthy. You may stuck
yes.
anywhere.
Usually, in every interview, at the end, last questions,
Okay.
it's definitely, most probably,
Hmm.
it is difficult to answer.
Mhm.
Where the
I
point.
mean, they will ask the question until you say no. I
Yes,
think.
yes.
Again, how long you sustain, that does
That's
matter. That does matter.
Yes,
Am I
yes.
right? Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, quickly. Any other questions?
So,
Yes, sir.
sir, I have done a project in my MSc
Okay.
on one topic.
Okay.
During that project, I get to know about the superconductivity. Now I'm much interested in doing my PhD in that topic.
Okay.
Now, what should I do? Initially, I have a little knowledge about my previous topic, which I have done in my MSc. That topic is given by my guide only. I don't know about anything initially in that topic. But after doing a project, I have a little knowledge in that. But I'm interested in doing a project or a work in the superconductivity. That is a nice phenomena.
Okay.
So what should I do? Or if this question is asked by an interviewee, how will I respond to that? Because now I want to do in the another topic, and I have done the project in another topic.
I think we better to go for the next thing which we want to do.
I mean, again, then just correct me if I'm wrong. She should say that I have done project on this one, and I'm interested in this topic.
Yes. I interested in another topic.
That's what she better to quote. Am I right?
Yes.
No, look at you. It's all again how you answer that question. Am I right? Again, if you say that again, if they ask what kind of project you have done, she should not stop that I have done project in this topic. She should not stop over there.
Yes.
But during that project, what I came into again, she
Yes.
better to be frank. over
Yes,
there.
yes.
I came into this field and I got interested in that field. And in that sense, she better to again. What would you quote again? Your ideas.
If the two fields are different, then she better to tell I done the mini project in this aspect. But even though
She should not stop that sentence. am I right?
yes, immediately. But I want to pursue my career.
She should add that.
PhD in this field. Therefore,
I have
please,
prepared with this one.
I prepared with this one. Then please proceed with this.
She
this-
can't say the
Yes,
next
yes,
sentence,
yes,
but she can
yes,
say that
yes.
again. Even though I have done project
Yes,
work in this
yes,
one,
yes.
I think you should give that impression that you are interested in other
Yes,
topics.
yes.
Better to again be perfect in project work also,
Yes, yes,
because
yes.
since she has done that one.
Yes.
If they are comfortable with that topic,
Yes.
they may start asking the
Yes.
question on that.
Yes.
one. Yes.
Even in MSc also, if someone is from atomic and molecular physics specialization, even after MSc they are interested in condensed matter, then also it is not possible. Previous MSc specialization is not important.
Okay.
Only further next step.
Now,
In
now,
which field
now
you
look at
wish?
you. Suppose there is a person who have again whose specialization is suppose spectroscopy. Then he opted some condensed matter. Again, he wished to do some research in condensed matter. In interview, the situation that he may face, they may start asking question on specialization.
No, at the time again, it's better to mention. Even if I did my specialization in this one also, I am interested in this field. Then I hope that they started to ask questions on
They will
condensed
start
matter.
asking question on the
Condensed matter.
topic that you are prepared with.
Yes, yes.
Again, you have in that sense you have some hold.
Yes.
If you have hold on whatever you speak,
Yes.
whatever the words you speak, if you are quite careful in that one,
Yes.
I think you can give a direction to that.
Yes, yes. And
yes.
they usually they won't force to give the answer in a particular concept, because for every person it is not possible to give 100% result
For all
efficiency in all fields. Therefore, usually in general they will give the option.
Okay. Yeah. Any further question again? Yes. Anyone? Yes. Can you hear me? Farjal?
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes. You are audible. You can speak up.
My question is on interests and passion. I mean, how do you get from interest to a particular subject to interest to a particular topic in that subject to pursue a PhD? I mean, I am interested in some subject, plasma physics, but I don't have in mind any particular topic. What in plasma physics?
As for me also, even I am interested in magnetism, those kind of that field. But even though till now I am not that much master in that field. Only the hope, ray of hope, and to the some extent some knowledge, basic knowledge in that field. By that one we can proceed in that field.
Will reading the current research paper in the topic help?
Yes, definitely. That is definitely.
I mean, help to gain much more.
Again,
interest.
yes. That's a basic requirement to start the research.
Okay.
Because without knowing the current trend, we can't proceed the next step. Only after reading those papers we can.
No, again, your question is not quite clear for me. You talked about some passion. Can you just clarify again what you are asking? Can you just speak again?
I think I'm not able to express clearly.
Yeah, let me try to understand. You just
For example,
yeah, you
yes,
just
sir.
try
Yes.
that question again.
Suppose I have an interest in a particular, just like experimental high energy physics. Okay, but but my PhD topic will not be experimental high energy physics. It will be some particular area in that topic. So the guide gives us that topic, or do I have to write a proposal? So I can't write my proposal in like experimental high energy physics. That's not my proposal, right? Proposal should be a particular topic in that subject.
Okay, before joining.
So how to get to that topic, current research?
Okay, before joining under any faculty, usually you can interact with those faculty. While interacting with that faculty, usually they explain about their fields. I will explain. Now I'm doing this work. These are the three options which you can do like that. But after interacting with each faculty, you came to know that okay, I want to choose this particular field. Therefore, I want to go under this faculty. Then after joining that faculty under that faculty, you can expect I want to do my work in that particular field. That freedom is available.
Okay, you should have communicated.
Yeah, yes, yes,
okay,
sir. Before
choosing.
yes, yes, after cracking the
Again,
interview.
again, I think before getting into interview, you should have done some research on
Yes, yes.
what are the topics, ongoing topics in that institute.
Yes, yes.
Isn't it? Then after that, they better to communicate with the faculty if
Yes,
they
yes.
got selected in the interview.
Yes. We have to communicate with the faculty.
You have to communicate. Yeah, that's what he's saying.
And one more thing, even after the interview also, as a legal formality, the faculties which are interested to take the students came to class, and I think only for 15 to 20 minutes or half an hour they will explain about their fields currently they are working. Then after you can join under particular faculty.
Yeah, you should get to know what they are doing.
Yes, yes.
And then you can communicate
Yes,
whether
yes.
there is
That
an
freedom
opportunity
is,
to
yes,
do
that freedom is there.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, any further questions? You want to add anything? Are you there, Fazal? Can you hear me? Anyone on YouTube? You can type your questions. Yeah, then let me. I think he might have any problem with the audio. Any doubt by anyone else? Quickly.
Sir,
Yes, tell me.
sir, affects if we pass these type of exams after 2 to 3 years of doing our MSc.
Okay.
Did it affect anything?
Will that affect it during the interview?
No, but in general, I don't think so.
But I heard that it will affect some interview.
Yes,
If
in
you are not fresher.
Yes, in NIT Suratkal, I think didn't. They didn't ask a number of questions, and but in some other, mostly out of 100, 80% of interviews, it didn't affect.
Suppose if they ask that what you have done 3 years
Yes,
after
yes,
MSc.
yes. In Guwahati, they asked me about after MSc. There was a gap of 3 years.
Okay.
What you do? Then I told 1 year I spent only for preparing competitive exams. Then after 2 years I did teaching here in particular university or college like this. Then okay. Then the next question is, are you comfortable with electrodynamics? That time.
Okay, they have started. But wait a second. This may not be the situation.
So and one more thing, after this one, okay, after MSc there was a gap of 3 years. First year I tried to complete a bank exam. Then after
if you say like that, it would be bad impression.
Yeah, bad impression. Definitely.
First year I tried bank exam. Second year I tried some
IPS
exam. Then third year I again tried for GATE exam.
GATE exam
That would be quite bad impression. That means they may feel that you are not you will not stick to that one.
Yes, yes.
Again, you will not show what you call commitment.
Yes,
That's what they may feel.
Even after joining a PhD also, if you got an appointment as a FDC or SDC, then you may leave.
Okay, but there are some particular institute, particular department. I'm very sure of that. That if you have even spent 1 or 2 years after MSc, they don't entertain you. In that case, how to answer that question? What you have done after MSc? I think you might not have faced. I have faced personally, and many other students are also faced. That's what I heard. How do you answer that question?
But personally, I didn't face that situation. That's why I can't.
You can't answer.
Yes.
Yeah, that situation will be there. Okay. There are some institute where they don't entertain student who spent 2 to 3 years after MSc. Okay. In that case, when they ask the question, what you have done after MSc, how to answer this one? I have my own answers. Okay. I have my own answer, but we better to find answer for this one. Okay. I think one more question remains. In the very beginning, can anyone quote? we shall try to find the best answer, best possible answer, because the person who takes the interview, he might have graduated from the IITs. He might have done his PhD postdoc in the abroad. Then he got into institute as a faculty. They had no idea what is happening in the ordinary college or university. What is the training that we may get? What are the exposures? Or what is the environment here? That's why, in that sense, if they ask again, many people make fun of that. You spent 1 year to crack the exams.
Yes, sir.
Because many of them might have cracked the gate or some exam, or maybe if they get into abroad, during the course itself they will plan for abroad or something. Again, most of you already aware of that, no? But again, some students who are not aware of that one, again after MSc he might have spent some time. Then again, how to answer this, again how to give a best possible answer to that particular person who had no idea what is going on in ordinary college or university.
Again, for this one also.
Again, we should answer this one. Okay,
Yes.
I hope again in the further this kind of interaction session, you better to express this doubt, or let me just note this down. Okay, and again, because this is again, I also personally faced this situation where they felt very bad that I spent a lot of time after MSc. And again, then after doing some search, that I got that faculty who have asked the question, he was graduated from top institute in India. He has done PhD in top institute in the abroad.
Yes.
That's why he had no idea what is
Current scenario.
what is our background.
Yes.
But what I'm thinking is, right now, the answer that coming to my mind is, we should say that we have done our best
Yes.
in each time.
Yes.
Even though we face a lot of constraints,
Yes.
we tried our best.
Yes.
That's why it doesn't matter
Yes.
what I know right now.
Yes.
That's why it doesn't
Yes,
matter.
yes.
Again, whether I crack the exam during MSc or after MSc, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
Because again, I try to give my best in even though there are some constraint situations,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
Let me try to refine this answer,
Yes.
okay? Because this is quite difficult, because many students who are preparing,
Yes.
some students are preparing during MSc.
Yes.
That's okay. Again, after MSc, if they spend 1 or 2 years, I think definitely this
Yes.
question may
Yes.
come, and this may decrease their confidence. Okay. If you want to add anything.
No, sir.
Okay, let me try to give the best possible answer for this one. Okay, one thing is, suppose if you have cracked any exam, okay, during MSc or soon after MSc, you better not to spend time on just attending the interview for 1 or 2 years. Right?
Yes.
They better to join somewhere for a project work.
Yes.
So that it's a quite good impression that you are engaged with some project.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
If they don't have exam, I think they have to concentrate on exam,
Yes.
because to get into the institute they need exam.
Yes.
But if they have some ranking or something, they
Yes,
better
yes,
to
yes,
be
yes,
engage
definitely.
them with some
Yes,
project work.
yes.
That would be the quite best impression, am I right?
Yes.
Rather than saying that I spent
Yes.
1 more year for
Yes.
better ranking.
Yes. And one more thing, after preparing, I started to prepare for competitive exam. Even after 6 months also, I wrote net exam, and my score is around 28 or 36, that kind.
Okay.
Very less. Therefore, it is not a regret to or worry about that score. Again, our intention is to clear in the next
crack the
attempt.
exam
Yes,
and then get into that.
Yes,
Okay. But don't you think that again you spent I mean, even though you cracked your GATE exam in 2017, am I
yes,
right?
yes.
Why again using that ranking you got into IIT Guwahati
In 2020.
don't you feel that you wasted time? You could have attended the interview very earlier.
Yes, but not.
Now, in that sense, how much that ranking does matter to get into the good research group?
To some extent it is important. Now if I consider for 934 I applied for IIT Madras also.
Okay, you couldn't get
the
interview
opportunity.
call. Okay.
For some students 934 for general merit. For some category they may call for the interview.
Okay.
But for 934 as a general merit they didn't call for interview. And at the same time
Okay, you may not have opportunity.
yes, Tirunanthapuram where NI
No, I think that's
ISET
Trivandrum.
Trivandrum.
Yes.
And ISET Pune.
I mean,
didn't
again, you were trying for the best,
Best,
better ranking so that you will have much more opportunity.
yes.
That's what you felt.
Yes. And at the same time, better ranking doesn't indicate you will get the position as a PhD student in any IIT. Because if you apply for IIT Guwahati, one person is for 400 ranking and another person is 900 by ranking. Even 900 ranking students may got
selected to a PhD.
Yes.
400 ranking may not able to crack the interview.
But for every IIT, they particularly restrict only the ranking below this one we want to
Conduct
take for
the
interview. But after that criteria, every ranking students
Is same.
is same.
Okay, suppose they say that below 1000 ranking in GATE exam, we wish to conduct the interview. Then first ranking student and 1999 ranking student are same.
Yeah, same.
Again, they don't give any interest in whether they are good ranker or not.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anything that you wish to add quickly? Anyone? Yes.
Sir, about project.
Okay. Again, he since he also done everything in State University or Ordinary College, he had not much idea about that. Okay. Again, I read your question actually. Let me try to answer that. Okay, how to get into that? Definitely, during MSc, you better to do some internship, some project work. Those does matter in your research career. Okay. Again, again the question is how much your project work is relevant to your research career. Project work in MSc.
But for me it's different field. Therefore, I didn't got any positive feedback.
No, how much it is relevant while cracking the interview? Was that a good
While
interview?
cracking the interview, it is required.
Okay.
Some of
good project work is required.
Yes.
Yeah. Anything that you wish to add? Let me try to answer that. Yes.
Okay, for PhD, there is exam and there's interview. Like that, what's the procedure for projects in IIT Guwahati, or if we wish to take in our free time in IIT Guwahati or some other institutes, what's the procedure for that? Like,
Again, he's planning for MSc. During MSc, he wished to do some internship or some project work in IIT Guwahati. What are the opportunity? Am I right?
yes, sir. Yes.
For project work after MSc.
Okay, for project work, it's a full time.
Yes.
Only after MSc. What about internship? Any idea about that?
No particular.
Okay, again, I think he will share any news regarding that. Okay, in our group or something.
But definitely project positions are there. Even for project positions also, if someone cleared GATE exam and if someone is not cleared GATE exam, then definitely obviously the preference
preference go to those who crack GATE exam. Okay. Yeah, cracking any one of the
exam then after.
Yes, tell me. Pratik.
No, sir. That's all. Thank you.
Any other questions quickly? Yes.
How actually they choose the person they want to interview? What are the criteria that a PhD or the PhD applicant must have so that you will be called for the interview? Because there will be many people who will have a good ranking in a GATE exam or like that. How they choose those?
No, he said that after getting into interview, after you selected for interview, they don't look into your ranking.
I mean, for that interview selection.
Definitely there will be some cutoff. There will be some ranking cutoff. Okay, you should be within that one. In that sense, you should have some good ranking. so that you can attend a lot of top institutes.
Top institutes and more number of institutes.
I think you were trying that one, am I right?
Yes,
Again,
yes.
even though you cracked
Yes.
GATE exam in 2017,
Yes.
but not with a good ranking,
Yes.
you were trying for
Yes,
good
yes,
ranking.
yes.
Yeah, I think it's better to have a good ranking so that you can attend. Again, what is the best rank in GATE exam? Again, below which you can attend lot of
400 to 500
within
below,
500,
within 4 to 500.
within 400.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Then we may expect call letter for interview from
Most of
them.
Okay.
I'm not expecting IISc, but even though IIT Madras, IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, like that.
Yes, yes. Anything that you wish to add? I think Ganesham is asking some question. I think it looks like a kind of suggestion. Can you just elaborate what doubts you have, Ganesham, on YouTube? Again, anything that anyone else. Again, you better to make use of this session so that we can discuss.
So,
Yes.
sir, if we are giving the interview and someone asks that it's a very general question that why are you interested in this institute, then what will our response? We can say that we have seen the particular profile of that professor and we are interested to do work with that professor. That's why we apply in this institute. Can this be our answer?
I think it's not better to mention the particular faculty name, but it's better to mention particular area.
Okay.
Quite smart.
Yeah, it's quite smart. In front
Okay,
of
okay.
another faculty also. This is my personal point of view.
But that area will also have in a like if I'm considering the central universities, that area is also in the Punjab, that is also in Haryana, that is also in Rajasthan.
Okay.
Then what is special in the Punjab? Why I want to go in the Central University of Punjab? That will be the question.
Wait, don't they do individual interviews?
For Central University, I don't know.
They have individual interviews. They have their own criteria. Just a paper is say only 9 to 12 university conduct the same papers you set. Otherwise, their interviews and counseling process all are so different.
Okay. Again, as I told you, please don't mention any faculty name, but you better to mention the area.
Better to mention,
the
make the area quite more specific,
Yes.
but quite general.
Yes.
Better not to mention the faculty name.
Yes.
Isn't it? Yeah. So that again the opportunity will be quite open.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Later
Yes,
that
if
you can communicate.
if you mention particular faculty name, but later on someone is already contacted that faculty and you have some other faculty, there is option to go for another faculty. That faculty is in the interview. Panel.
Suppose if you are very much interested in that field, then I think
Yes.
she should look for other opportunities.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, quickly. Any other question?
Sir,
Wait a second. Wait 1 second.
sir,
Let me check out whether it is streaming well on YouTube. Yeah, it is streaming well. Yes, tell.
sir, I am interested in nanophysics.
Okay.
How to choose institute and all the research period.
Wait. We can't hear you properly. You are interested in nanophysics. Then?
Yes, sir. I am actually done a project on
Okay.
and how to choose and
I think there is a problem with your audio. Last sentence. Can you repeat again? Why can't you type?
okay.
You better type. Actually, now I think we can hear you.
Hello, sir.
Yes, tell me.
Yes, means I have interest. I have much interest in entrepreneurship and startup. So
Okay.
I am thinking that later I can do a startup in some research topic. So will it be more risky to do such startups?
That's quite out of box question right now.
Yes.
Okay, but I hope you know that I have one separate
Okay.
group
Okay.
that I haven't spent time on that one. I have one separate group, SNBO's
Yes.
entrepreneurship promotion kind of thing, but I couldn't spend a lot of time with that one. Let me answer your question, okay? And one thing is again, suppose if he wish to do some startup, look at here, he asked like that. He's using research based on nanoparticle for some affordable water purifier. Then he wished to later become an entrepreneur. Then how to choose the institute, how to choose the topic, how to choose the research group? Any idea?
I don't.
Now again, after doing research, you think can you start any startup in your future? Again, after doing research in your area, again magnetism and whatever
Yes.
you are working on, is there any possibility that you can again after getting trained and after getting exposed to that field, will you get any confidence so that you can do some small startup?
I have interest, but even though now, because just now I completed 1 year course,
Okay.
that's why.
You haven't exposed
Yes,
it right now.
yes.
Okay. Let me try
Sir,
to
I
grab
can.
the answer. Okay. Let me try to grab some person who has done who is almost completing PhD.
Yes.
So that I think he can answer in a better way. Yeah. Yeah. So quickly.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I have one suggestion for that question, sir.
Okay.
Like in mostly in IITs and NITs,
Okay.
we have something called as a incubation cell.
Yes, definitely.
So,
They promote them, right?
yes, sir. So, like, what in incubation cell you do? Like, if you have a proper idea and everything, so they support all startups. So you pitch your idea there, and they would support you in bringing up your startup into a new firm or
Definitely.
company or
Yeah. It's
whatever.
quite more easy being in that environment to do any startup, to implement any
Yes,
idea.
sir.
Yeah, that's very true. Okay, I
Yeah.
think let me grab some more people again who is working in this particular topic because that's quite important. Again, maybe in future we may look into some entrepreneurship. That's why it is quite important. Okay, yeah, that's a good question. Let me try to grab again the best possible answer. Yeah. Uh, and obviously, again, you better to choose he better to choose the research related to that topic,
Yes,
am I right?
definitely. That is definitely.
So that again he can have little more exposure,
Exposure idea
okay,
and
ideas
hold on that.
hold on that topic, so that he may get much more confidence.
Yes.
Okay, but IIT environments is very ideal for doing any startup. Definitely, there is no doubt about that one. Yeah, yeah. Any further doubt you can ask. Can you tell us about this Prime Minister Research Fellowship? Because again, when it came into, again, I think I got some problem on YouTube. Wait a second. It is streaming. It is streaming well. Yeah, again, my question is as far as this Prime Minister Fellowship is concerned, when it came into the discussion first, again, only people who graduated again again in the bachelor's degree, if they were in top institute or IITs or centrally funded institute, only they can apply for this one. This was the earlier what you call restriction that they put. Now I think that restriction is removed. Am I right? Can you just give some more information about this Prime Minister Fellowship? Again, can you apply for this if you are doing PhD in state university?
For state university, I think not possible, but I'm not sure about that one. But for in IIT, for BTech background, if you join the PhD, then after 2 years of joining PhD, there is a application we have to apply for PMRF. Then after, okay, and at the same
Again,
time,
he should not have been graduated from good institute in BTech, am I right? He don't have to be graduated from IIT during PhD, BTech.
no.
It doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah.
But if you join PhD through BTech background, then after,
After 2 years in
of,
PhD, they can apply for PMRF.
PMRF, and for
They can
MSc,
attend the interview.
Yes. And for through MSc background, after 1 year of course PhD, that is just after completion of coursework, they can apply for PMRF. And one more thing, during the coursework, their 8.5.
Okay. Again, during the coursework, they have to maintain
8.5
good CGPA, more than 8.5.
8.5.
Then you don't have to be graduated in MSc from IIT.
No, that's independent.
That is removed, I think. Earlier it was there, as I remember.
Okay, but that is not important here. But for only thing is for MSc background, after 1 year of PhD, that is
Okay. How good you can prepare for that fellowship again?
One more thing for that one, CGPA must be 8.5 in such a way that in that manner we have to study, we have to prepare for coursework. And one more thing is that for PMRF we have to explain or we have to give the presentation in such a way that how this one is useful for mankind or country.
Again,
like that.
your research should be quite productive,
Yes,
right? That would be quite convincing.
Yes.
For again that interview panel,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah, again, rather than concentrating on your interest, you have to concentrate on productivity of your research.
Yes.
And you should give that proposal, research proposal,
Yes.
in a better way,
Yes,
so that
we
you
have
can
to write a research proposal. Then after we have to give the presentation regarding that one in front of
I think you
faculty.
should justify yourself so that how relevant it is.
Yes.
You should
Yes. If you justify in a proper manner, then there is a more probability.
I hope you got that idea that again you can apply for PMRF even though you are not graduated again in MSc or could be again bachelor's degree.
Yes, but
You
we
don't
are
have-
of
yes.
CGPA of coursework as well as the
Again, you should have good score in CGPA. Yeah, that's the correct one. I think some problem that I'm facing on YouTube. Yeah, anyway, I hope they're not interacting on YouTube, but again, I think nothing is left on my side. Anyone? Any further questions? Any further questions? I think if you have any more doubt, you can just post into Facebook group so that I can mention his name and he can come and answer to that post, right? Whenever you are free. And one thing, other one is again, you are a good self-learner. I think you might have your own understanding on condensed matter physics because you spent a lot of time, isn't it? After MSc during PhD interview preparation as well as during your coursework. Again, we request again on behalf of our team, we request you to collect whatever you have studied or whatever the resources you have studied into your YouTube channel. Just create one YouTube channel. Again, this is a request from our side. Again, in that YouTube channel, you can create playlist of any other YouTube channel video. Okay, whatever the video you have referred. Again, I think you have studied magnetism very well. So that's for a beginner. So they can refer your YouTube channel or something. And in the description you can give the link for any notes that you have referred. Just like we were talking about notes by Professor David Tong
from Cambridge.
again, which is very outstanding again in understanding most of the topic. Am I right? Again, we request for that, so that again there is a quite gap between this MSc and PhD. You might have gone through very good coursework again in IIT Guwahati, 1 year full year coursework. you had time and you had some what you call library, and you had some what you call environment to study that one. Maybe there are some students who haven't gone through that kind of good coursework before getting into PhD or again during PhD. For them, I think that would help.
Yes.
Okay, again, your field of interest. Maybe we take again in condensed matter physics, take magnetism, or if you have done any work on that other part of condensed matter physics. Again, we request you to collect that videos in a playlist, and if any more, again, you better to okay, help the other student again, so that if they don't have exposure, they can fill out that gap between MSc and PhD. Okay. Yeah. Again, any other help that you need? I think we better to close this session. And if you have any more doubts to be asked, we can just express that on yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes, Abhishek.
sir, is project work necessary for PhD?
For
Interview.
PhD is MSc project work. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
It is quite important.
Out of 4 to 5 interviews, they ask in 2 interviews they asked about out of 5 interviews, in 2 interviews they asked me about project work, about our work, but even though it is in a very basic way, that's why it's important, but you need not to be very much that much familiar. Even if you consider you did the characterization, how you did everything, every corner, it is not like that, but in a basic manner you better to know the things.
No. Again, what he's saying that whether to is that much important that project work is. I mean,
Okay. As a
Again,
performance in PhD.
you have that as an option, or you
Sir, I don't have a project work.
No. Then
in
it's
many universities they don't have any project work as a curriculum.
okay. Then it's not. You need not to worry about it. Only for interview point of view, it's important. But after that one, for
No,
PhD,
you better to justify that one. Okay, we had no project work in our curriculum,
yes.
but he better to attend some internship. That's the best idea.
If
possible.
it is possible, then it's better to attend. But for only for interview point of view, it is required. But after PhD point of view, if you did the project in a well manner, it's good, no doubt at all. But even though you can sustain in that one.
Okay, that it is not that required
Yes,
again
yes.
in research, but maybe in interview.
Yes.
If you have done good project work, that would be the good impression.
Yes.
But if you don't have project work in your curriculum, you better try for at least internship, am I right?
Yes.
Or summer internship or something.
Yes.
Or you better to attend some national level seminar or something, so that he can have some exposure, isn't it, again, into research work, so that you should test yourself in which topic you are comfortable with and all. Is that okay, Abhishek?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So can you comment on some theoretical physics as a major in PhD?
Theoretical?
Again, are you talking about during MSc? If you are major in theoretical physics, are you talking about that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think he was on to some experimental thing. Yeah, what would you comment on?
For theoretical point of view, again programming point of view.
No, sir. So he is an experimentalist, right? So, what would be the interview like for a
For
theoretical?
I can share my experience because I said as theoretical physics in one of the interview. Again, I think there also they asked very basic question only. Okay, and we better to take an interview for those who joined as a theoretical physics. Okay,
And for me, even if I preferred experimental, they won't ask me about whether you want to go experimental or theoretical. There is no that much distinction.
only some basic questions
Yes.
to evaluate the
Yes.
student. Yeah.
Even after knowing experimental, they won't ask me about what is SEM, what is working principle of ESM.
Again, they haven't asked very prior
Yes,
question
yes,
to the experiment or theoretical,
Yes.
they ask very basic
Yes,
question.
yes, generally.
Maybe if you choose theoretical, I think they may ask much more
Much more,
question
yes, yes.
because that they can easily ask,
Yes.
isn't it? A
Yes.
theoretical question that they can easily ask that one, isn't it? Yeah. I think I have chosen. So again, I said that I'm interested in theoretical physics in ISC interview. They took, I think, interview around 45 minutes. Okay, half an hour to 45 minutes, and they asked lot of question. Okay, lot of question. All most of the questions were basic only. Okay, and they had seen only approach, not
Yes, yes,
much perfection, as I remember. And yeah, they asked until I said
I don't
I have
know.
no idea about this one.
Yes.
But they started with very basic,
Yes.
some Maxwell equation,
Yes.
some
Boundary conditions,
electromagnetism,
definitely boundary conditions,
Maxwell
equations.
equation, Maxwell correction,
Yes.
how that correction comes. I think they asked about quantum mechanics, some wave function, Hilbert space, like that. I think in that sense, you again after this course, I think you don't have any problem. Okay, after the course that I have designed, after you have gone through this course, I think you will not face any trouble in answering any basic question. That's what I'm feeling. Again, you need to fill some gap that I'm going to tell you. Okay, after this course, I'm going to tell you what are the more topics that you have to prepare before attending the interview.
And one more thing, after attending to 1 or 2 interviews, you will definitely come to know that
How to
yes,
how to tackle that.
yes, yes.
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah. Any further doubts?
No, sir.
Yes. So anyone else? So shall we close this one?
Sir,
Yes, then.
sir, I already told you that I have done a project in any other subject and I am interested in the superconductivity.
Okay.
So, sir, I want to ask if the interview will ask me if the same situation will happen in the PhD, what will be your response? How you deal with that? If that will be a hypothetical situation he gives to me to find that I'm consistent with the things or I'm changing my interest day by day. So what will your response to that? Or what will be the better response to that question?
Huh?
Again, yeah. What would you think?
No, she did a project on
Some topic,
okay.
but during that project she got interested in
Superconductivity.
superconductivity.
Okay.
Now again in the interview, if she say that I have done project work on this one and I got interested in superconductivity,
Then
if they say that after getting into PhD again you may switch over to the other topic like that, that kind of impression may come, isn't it?
yes, after PhD, it's not that much issue.
No, during PhD.
During PhD, no, not like that.
Again, once you said that you are interested in superconductivity,
Yes,
you wish to go in that path.
yes.
You think that you will switch the topic again?
No, sir. I'm not saying that I will switch. It is a hypothetical question. What will happen if you go? Like they will ask me during your PhD if you get to know about any other interesting topic, and let's
no.
suppose you like that topic more than the superconductivity. Then what will you do? Will you switch to
No,
that
no.
or do the superconductivity just for knowing the way I think or the consistency of my personality in that way?
Okay, personally, I don't want to switch the field because at the same time, as a passion or interest, at the same time, I have to concentrate on my career also, earning also. Parallelly, I have to concentrate.
So I should give the
No, what
response
he's
that
saying
no,
is-
sir, I will not.
Again, during
I will not switch.
pursuing of superconductivity research, if she got any more interest on other topic,
Personally, I don't want to prefer to switch from one field to another
after getting into research.
after getting into research, because to enter any particular field, to hold on any particular field, it requires time.
At least 1 year time.
More than 1 year.
More than 1
definitely.
year time. After that, again.
1 or 2 years. Again, after switching, again you require 1 or 2 years in that field also.
That would be loss of time. That's what you're saying.
Yes. After PhD, you can switch.
Actually, during your coursework also, you have to take the topic according to your research interest.
Yes,
only.
yes.
Then I think again it's not better to switch again. But what she's saying is, if that kind of situation comes, if during interview if they ask this kind of question,
Yes.
how to handle that one? That's what she is asking.
I'm asking the same what you are saying now.
Yes, I got it.
Personally, if I
Now this is the problem. This is a basic problem that you haven't touched all topic, or you haven't tested yourself in all possible manner, or again you. That's why you needed some exposure. Am I right? Again,
yes,
if you have some exposure to
Yeah.
superconductivity, you may have get to know that what are the pro and cons.
Yes, in that manner, project work, internship, those things will help.
Will help so that you can test yourself.
Yes.
You have time to switch over, so
Yes.
that in PhD, once you have chosen,
Yes.
you are very firm,
Yes.
or you are very committed to
Yes,
it.
yes.
Are you getting my point? There is some problem. Okay, I mean, problem is you might not have tested yourself during MSc or after MSc in project work, or again as an intern or something. If you have tested yourself, you will have some time to think and what do you call, commit for one particular topic. In that sense, project work, internship, some attending some seminars, everything is very important. Are you getting my point?
Yes, I'm getting your point, but this is what you are saying is just a real condition that if this happens with me, I'm not saying that this happens with me. I'm saying if they're asking that this will
Now, one
happen
thing
with
that
you, then how will you respond to that thing? In the interview, what will you say? If you will say that no, sir, I will not change my topic. I know this is the best topic, and I know the remaining. They can also say that you are not aware of every topic. So how can you say that it is the best for you, and you will not change? In what way you
again,
deal with
they
this?
might have asked that question on the basis that you have done project work, but you are not doing PhD in that field.
Yes, sir.
That might have given wrong impression. Am I right? Now you have to argue that the project work was not my choice. Project work was
Okay, sir.
given according to again project guide experience. It was just a training. I wish to just take that training, and I wish to choose my career. Actually,
Okay,
if
sir.
you should have attended that question in that manner, then I think they won't ask the next question.
Yes, sir. This what I am asking to you.
Okay. Next question is triggered by your previous question. That is, you said that you have done project work in this topic. They may think that the project work topic is that what you have chosen, and then you switch
Yes,
over to
sir.
other field. And
Yes, sir.
again,
Generally, this happen. Generally,
Yeah.
this happen. The project work is chosen by the students. Generally, this happen.
no, will it happen always?
No, I don't think so.
It's again 50-50. Okay. Again, you said that project work was given by guide. Am I right?
Yes, sir. In my case, this is given by my guide.
I think if you have chosen that one yourself, you would not have switched over to other one. That's what I'm thinking. And if you have done again, if you have chosen project work yourself, I think before choosing, you might have gone through all of the topic. You might have chosen superconductivity only, isn't it? Now, the impression that they may got is once one subject is assigned, why again if you switch over to other subject, that might have the impression that they might have got. But you should tell them that project work is assigned by the at that time. According to our convenience and instrumentation we
Availability.
have. Now again during that project work I got interest into this topic. That's why I think I'll not switch over to any other subject, because this is what I'm interested in.
Yes,
Isn't
fine,
it?
fine.
And again, once you have chosen that one, you should not change your mind. I mean,
Okay.
I hope you got my point. Why that question came? That question came because of your previous answer impressions that you may switch. If any more interesting topic comes, you may switch that one.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That
That
will
question
happen
was
if
from my
somebody else
interest.
impose some topic on you.
Okay, sir.
Isn't it? If you have chosen that one, definitely you will have some commitment.
Yes.
Because that's your choice.
Your
Your choice, isn't it? You will not switch over to other topics.
yes.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Have you experienced this one?
One of my PhD colleague, when I'm doing the MSc, he is the PhD one, and now he become assistant professor. So just I'm talking to him, so he asked me in that way. I said, "Ki I'm not interested in doing that work." So he will ask me if same will happen in the PhD. What will you do?
Okay. One thing is you should have tested yourself in which field you are comfortable with. Then I think you know in which field you are better, and you don't definitely switch the field actually. Other one is if nobody is imposing anything, if you have some freedom, definitely there is no reason to switch this field again in your mind. Maybe during again MSc you might not have gone through all field. If you have
Yes,
gone
sir.
through
This is the main thing that I have not gone through all the things or all the topics in which I can do the project.
okay.
At that time, what they assigned, we accepted that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I think that's why the problem comes. I hope you got almost the answer.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. I think we shall. Any further doubt? If there are no doubt, let me just close this session and we shall thank Madhav. Yeah. Anything else? Anything else that you wish to address?
As a final point, finally, I want to say one thing. As I told you previously, in every interview, please don't try to be too smart, and always be aware of the next question while answering the previous question. That's very, very important for cracking any interview. And before that one, you have to clear competitive exams like GATE or JRF, those kind of thing. That's why proper for exam, then after start to think of interview, because if you prepare for exam properly, then it is not that much time
Required
for interview preparation. You may stuck in the first interview, but after that one, definitely you will go crack any one of the interview. But if you properly prepare for the exam before.
Okay, I have one more question here. He's saying that I have done project in plasmonic nanoparticles. How to choose which IIT and approach the guide?
Plasmonic nanoparticle, I do.
Again, I think you should do some research on Google. I mean, you should do some search on Google so that where you have that opportunity, and you better to attend all interviews in all of those institutes.
Yes. And one more thing, even after clearing one IITs which you want to join, also if you have any other options for interview, please attend those interviews also.
Again, what he was saying that again you better to have more and more options. Am I right?
Till the end. Please don't be an option for someone.
You should not be the option for someone. You should have the option. Actually, that's what he's saying. That's a good quote. I hope you can understand that point. Again, you better to attend more and more interviews. Now, again, one more question that was remained actually. Your native place is very far away from again where you are doing PhD right now. Again, many people have that homesick or whatever the thing that they don't want to they don't even attend the interview, which is very far away from them. Now, what is the suggestion that you want to make?
Even
just like Pratik again, he is also said like the same way that I don't want to go very far away.
Okay, before lockdown, this corona, I left my campus on March 17th, afternoon around 1 or 2 o'clock. Next day morning around 8 o'clock, I was in my home.
Okay, it doesn't matter where you are. You can come back to your home. Now flights are there.
Yes.
You have enough fellowship to even manage the travel expenditure also.
And one more thing, that even expenditure is large. That is only for 6 months.
Okay.
Or for
what he's saying is, again, he's from Karnataka. Whether he might have chosen IIT Bombay, IIT Madras, or IIT
even in Dharwad.
or IIT Dharwad. Again, he will go to native or some native place only once in a 6 months.
Yes,
Again,
yes.
if you are in IIT Bombay, IIT Madras, or
Bangalore.
even in the
Yes.
even in any northern
Yes,
part,
yes,
isn't it?
yes.
And that's why it doesn't matter.
Yes.
Right now,
Yes.
you have flight,
Yes.
you have facilities.
Yes, yes.
It doesn't matter where you are.
Yes.
That's why you better to attend more and more interviews so that you have choice.
Yes, yes.
I hope you got this point. This is quite important point, okay?
Yes.
Because most of you don't you usually skip the interview because if it is very far away, you will just think of some institute which is very nearby you.
Yes, yes. For me
That
also.
may not give you much options.
Yes, yes. Last year, I think on 20th, Manipal interview was there. 21, one is the gap, May 21, and 22, 23, 24 in Guwahati.
Okay, you flew over to Guwahati
Yes.
and then you attended the
Yes,
interview.
yes. There is only one option.
Yeah, I hope you got this point. Okay, whatever he is speaking of. Someone of you, if possible, just try to make some important points out of this discussion, so that I can share that one again. Okay. Any if there are no other questions, you can ask question. Okay, you can ask question. If there are no questions, let me close this session. Anyone?
Sir,
Yes, then.
sir, if I have interest on some topic without any exposure,
Okay.
it has grown within me while learning things, while studying books and other things. So, do I need to get a project work or should I?
What he's saying is he felt that he's interested in some topic, but he's not sure that whether he fit to that topic or not.
No, sir, no.
Okay.
I am not asking that.
Yes.
What I am saying, is there a project work necessary for me? I have done some theoretical work on that.
If you are confident about that one, then you need not to certify yourself for field of interest. It is not required to go through the project or internship, because again you have to spend 1 or 2 years on that one. Then it's not required. But you cleared one GATE exam, but you didn't crack any interview for PhD, then definitely you better to go for your project works, those kind of things, simply instead of spending time on other things. Otherwise, if you are confident about a particular field which you can sustain, or if you have interest, then you better to go through that one.
I mean, it's not mandatory that you have some exposure. If you are very well confident that you are interested in that field, you are going to committed to that field, definitely you can choose that one. You can ask for that opportunity. There is no doubt. And one more thing is, suppose if any topic which is not been covered in my course or in any university course, you can go through some EDX course, you can go through some MIT Open courseware, so that you can study that one still in a better manner, so that you will get much more confidence that I can do in this field and all. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Any further questions? Yes.
Actually, I had the same doubt which Abhishek asked. Suppose someone has interest in a topic which is not being taught during the course. For example, I have an interest in nuclear fusion reactors. Now, some people might think how cool it would be if one fusion reactor can be built, but it is not taught during MSc, and I have no exposure, no project work, nothing in that field. But what if I want to pursue that?
Again, to pursue that one, much more effort is required than other fields, because there is no back support in after competitive syllabus or in MSc syllabus also. And at the same time, you have to be aware of the research, that's a research area where it is available. in which IIT or in which
You have
ISR
to do some Google search so
Yes,
that
yes.
where you can get the
opportunity, and after that one you have to struggle by your own because there is no that much source.
There will be some gap.
Yes, yes.
That's why you should. It may be little bit struggle.
Yes, yes.
But what would you suggest? Whether he should stick on to that one? That's what you are suggesting.
Better to try to tackle that one.
Try to face that.
Yes, yes.
That's challenge.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Anything that you wish to add?
Yeah, see, the largest fusion nuclear reactor is being built currently in France, and Department of Atomic Energy from India outsources some work
Okay.
to that project. So if I want to join that ITER in India, but I don't have any exposure to fusion reactors or anything, there are Mtech courses, I think. So would it be wise to pursue an Mtech in nuclear engineering or something like that?
Yeah, that's the best option. Am I right? Doing MTech in that field. After that, you can choose for PhD.
Yes, yes.
That's also a good idea because you may have much more opportunity also.
Yes, yes.
After doing MTech.
Yes. If there is the only way, then it's good.
It is the best one, isn't it? Again, if you spend time on MTech, I think you will be trained much more in that field, as well as some technically and some computation. And many more skills will be developed during that MTech. That time is never wasted. Okay, one of my friend used to say that in first 2 year of MSc, in first 2 year of PhD, he has done some work again, some study which usually done during MTech.
Okay.
That's what he said.
Okay.
We shall take his interview and we shall grab his idea. That's what he's saying. That's why the time that you spend in MTech, that will never be wasted. Okay, you can do that one. You can choose that option. But once you have chosen that one, I think you better not to switch. You better not to have any question on that one.
Yes, yes.
Again, you have some free resources right now. Better to go through all possible free resources, and again, then you better to commit for that one.
Yes, and one famous quote that is take decision and make it right.
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay, that's a very good quote. I hope you got that point.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Once
Thank
you have
you.
taken that decision, you should make it right. Is that okay? Yes. I think we better to close the session here. If there are any more doubt?
One little one, sir.
Yes. Tell me.
Does your PhD work leave you with enough time to earn something on the side, some extra bucks, like one private tuition or something like that?
No, we can't.
Again, if you join any institute like IIT, you don't get much time to work on anything else.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes, because we have to compete with those peoples where they are putting their whole day,
Whole day.
time on that work.
Competition will be
Yes,
there.
yes. I'm not saying it's not possible, but at the same time, fraction of your effort goes to these things, then it definitely affects.
Are you getting my point? Are you getting
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I'm not
Yes.
saying you're not able to get PhD, but again,
You may not able to do what you are up to.
Oh, yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Again, yeah. That's why I think again, being in the premier institute, they better to
yes,
concentrate.
yes.
I hope the research fellowship right now it is quite comfortable. Okay, if you crack any gate just or CSR net, whatever the fellowship you get, I don't think you need to do some more work. Even you can help your family. I hope so. Isn't it?
Yes.
Are you thinking that you wish to do PhD in some other institute where you don't have fellowship and then you need to work?
Actually, there is a Center of Basic Sciences in Mumbai University, and one of my professors got retired from my college, and he is a senior scientist there now.
Okay.
And he is much more likely to accept me as a PhD student once I clear some exam. So I was thinking like that the fellowship is not that great in that institute.
Okay, then.
Okay. How much you are?
I don't know, it's jumping right
Central
around.
universities also again fellowship is around 18 to 20,000 like that, but in IIT 30 plus like that. 31. Again, what is the amount of fellowship you are getting over there?
15 or 16 something.
What about HRA again, or any hostel, any other facilities that you may get?
Overall it's 16, including 30% HRA and all.
Okay.